Hello, guys. Welcome to Forex with Ndombi. I am your host, Ndombi Malatsi. If this is your first time, I welcome you. I hope you like it here. Please feel free to check out the first episode on introduction. This will help you understand what this channel is all about. Why did I start it? Why do I do what I do? Who am I? And also just to know what to expect from it. Hey there, residents of Forex with Ndombi. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Today, it's the last day of the month, so I thought, why don't you just pop in and talk to you about closing the books. Of course, closing your trading books. If you've never done this before, you can start doing it, now. You start today. Today is the last day of the month. So usually with the people that I train, most of them are people who have their 9 to 5. Some of them, they run businesses, they have other commitments. But what I've noticed is on the last day of the month, I usually do not do much in terms of training sessions because everybody is busy. People are busy. People don't show up for class because it's the last day of the month and they are busy wrapping up, stuff in their workplace. There's stock taking, taking place in some companies, and it is because they are closing the current month in preparation for the upcoming month. So obviously they get like really busy. Like right now, I don't have any training session to do right now, which is why I'm here using this time to just talk to you, because the person who is supposed to attend this session is not available. She is not available because she is busy at work, because they are wrapping up their gen and they are also now preparing for their fab. I do the same. Everybody does the same. It is the last day of the month. We need to be sure that the beginning of the new month, with the beginning of the new month, everything runs smoothly. So I'm here to talk about why don't you do the same with your trading account. This channel is basically about trading psychology. I'm going to say this again. I say it all the time. Trading psychology to me is not some fancy PDF that I will then send to you guys, go read. Trading psychology to me, it is our behavior in the markets. It is how we behave in the markets. So taking stock is one thing that people do in businesses. Why don't we do the same, with our Forex account? But then, obviously, if you do not treat your Forex account as a business, you do not view it as a business, this is not going to make sense to you. But if you do view it as a business, you are definitely going to apply this principle as well. That is why I always say, treat your account like a business so that it's easier for you to apply the business principles that you usually apply when starting other businesses. No business just runs from the first day of the month to the last day of the month without taking stock, without, wrapping up the previous books and prepare for the new month. It is something that everyone does. You run a business, you do this on a month-to-month basis because you also need to have, your records from the previous month so that by the end of the year, you should be able to look back and actually compare your month to month activities, or how you did on each month. So forex trading is not different from running a business, but of course, like I said, you will have to adopt that first. You will have to understand it as a business, then it will become easier for you to apply these principles. So the principle that we are talking about today is the principle of closing your books. It is the last day of the month. You need to go back to your books. Other brokers, like the brokers that I use, they actually do send a monthly statement so that you can see this, how you did in the current month. Then you can compare, with the previous month. Then you can see, of course, if you need to improve, where do you need to improve, or what do you need to do to improve, so that you do better than the previous month, and so forth. If your Forex broker does not send these to your email on a monthly basis. You can actually do it yourself. So I'm just going to guide you on how to do it, how to take stock. We are basically taking stock. We want to know how we did. We want to face our fears. We want to improve where improvement is needed. But unfortunately, you are not going to improve on anything if you do not have a diagnosis. Of course, you cannot treat something that you don't know. You need to first get a diagnosis, know what you are dealing with, then get on the treatment if there is treatment. In this case, you are not going to improve in your trading account if you don't know how you are doing. So you need to take stock. Most people do not take stock because they are scared, because they measure their performance, by what they can do on a day-to-day basis. I wrote 2 blog posts. The first blog post that I'm going to share is a blog post on how to do what we are talking about today, taking stock, how to keep track of your performance. You can do this in your platform if your broker doesn't send the statement. Another one that I did was about making sure that of course you have your targets. Most people think setting targets is limiting. I don't think setting targets is limiting. I have a blog post that I put out there, about setting targets. You can check it out on my blog. I think it is titled how much can you make in Forex, something like that. I'm gonna find the link and leave it below this episode. So that blog post, I put it out there because I know what it does. I know what setting targets does. It actually gives you a structure. If you've been listening to my podcast, you probably know that I don't like being a random person, especially in the markets. So everything that I do, I try to plan. I try to pre-plan. So that blog post, I then shared setting of targets daily, weekly, and monthly. Monthly, weekly, then you break it down to daily. Obviously, you need to know your daily target, but you also do not need to dwell much on it. Like, don't focus much on it. It is just there so that it can give you some kind of like a structure, so that you can, because in a structured environment, we are likely to perform better in the markets. The markets are crazy. So you want to make sure that you create an environment where you can be more calm, where you can be more relaxed, where you can be where you can relax more. Then you create that space for yourself, that trading space for yourself. So doing daily, weekly target, it also helps you to learn how to trade and actually walk away, so that you don't end up being this person who trades and by the end of each trading day you give back all the money back to the market. You give back all your profits, of course, plus some interest, meaning you give it all back, and you also give some of your capital. You are unable to protect your capital. So setting daily targets help you in that regard. You are going to teach yourself to be content. It is not limiting at all. Remember, trading psychology is about how we behave in the markets. If we behave in a certain way, we achieve certain results. This has got nothing to do with the trading strategy. This has got a lot to do with ourselves, which is why I also did another podcast on the importance of personal development in trading. Because if you develop yourself as an individual, you then tend to do better in most areas of your life. Like I shared in that other episode about personal development, that if you are generally a greedy person, you are likely to be greedy in all the areas of your life. You are going to be greedy with money, greedy with friendships. You are going to be greedy. You are likely to be greedy, in all the areas of your life until you overcome that. You see? So it is important to work on ourselves. So today is all about doing that, changing the behavior. But of course, you're probably going to think I'm not making sense unless you adopt let's treat our trading account as a business. It starts there. And until you get there and you treat your forex account as a business, everything that I'm sharing here, it is not going to make sense to you. You're probably going to think, I'm just talking crap, you know. But if you take and you treat your forex account as a business, this is definitely going to make sense to you. Remember, winning starts in the mind. So what we are doing here, we are actually channeling our mind so that our mind can acknowledge winning. Of course, daily targets, you focus on that, but you do not dwell much on it, because what you can achieve on a daily, it is just there to guide you. But if you now focus on that like a lot, you are going to be discouraged. You are not even going to see when you are winning. You are always going to focus on what you can achieve on a daily, and forgetting that by the end of the week, if you look back, you might have some losses in your statement, but there won't be there won't be like tangible losses. You are going to see in the statement that, oh, I made a loss on this day, but when you look at your statement, oh wow, I actually did make profit. Because what's important is, if you start your week from point A and you end your week, and now you are at point Z, even if you are not at point Z, you moved from A and you moved to point C, you have moved, and you deserve to acknowledge yourself. You also need to take stock so that you can see if you are progressing. Because if you don't take if you don't do a progress report, that's what I call it, a progress report, you are going to be frustrated, thinking that you are not winning when you are actually winning. I know this because sometimes I speak to my own mentees, then I speak to somebody who is like really frustrated. They are telling me how they've had like a bad week. Then I would say to them, okay, it is the last day of the month. Can we just not focus on what happened yesterday? Can we look at the overall statement and see, where are you today? Where did you start from in the beginning of the month? Then they just get surprised. Oh wow, I actually did move. I started with 1 rand. I am now closing my month with 3 rand. But of course, I could have closed my month with 5 rand in my account, but then because I made losses on this day and on this day and on this day. But if you do not take stock, you are not going to see that you are actually winning, because of course you are going to see losses. Nobody gets a clean statement, with positive trades from day one, from Jan to December. You will see the losses, but trading is all about making sure, ensuring that your losses do not exceed your gains by applying all these things. And most people are failing simply because they do not apply all these things. It has got nothing to do with their trading strategy. People fail even when they change strategies from one strategy to another, because what makes a successful trader, it is somebody who is willing to work on themselves, work on their emotions, and actually change the way they view the markets and the trading account. Shift your mindset and everything else will shift. So it is month end. As you wrap up your business, your schoolwork, as you wrap up everything, as you pay your bills or whatever you do on the last day of the month, don't forget to go back to your trading account, see how you did. You'll be surprised. Maybe you was just sitting wherever you are right now, and you are stressing about how you did this month, but you've actually you've done well, but you are not even aware because you don't take stock. So it is important to take stock. Today I was supposed to do a session, like I think I've already mentioned that, but I'm not doing a session now. I am here recording a podcast because I have free time. I have free time because the person who was supposed to attend is not available because she is busy at work, preparing for the new month. So you do the same with your trading account. You go and you do take stock. If you don't know how to do this and your broker doesn't send monthly statements, you can go to your platform. So I'm just going to share, on MT4. You are going to go to your MT4, you log in, of course, then you go to account history, and then you just check the current month, or you just check the previous month, then you will get that statement. And then after getting the history, you then right click again on the history. Then you select save as detailed report. Then you will get a nicely written statement where you can see your drawdown if you've had one. You can see in percentage, because that's what is important. I always just say to people, it is not important, to chase perps. If your account is moving in percentage, that's all that we need. If you made profits and you have grown your account by 10%, by 2%, by 5%, you have won, But if you not measuring in percentage and you are just chasing pips on a daily, you are going to be a very frustrated trader. You know that I don't do frustration. I don't do frustration, especially in the markets. You can avoid these things. My previous podcast is about spending less time in the markets and living more, and also about being this person who is not frustrated in the markets, because most people are just frustrated in the markets because they simply do not know how to behave. So this is about behavior. You need to start changing how you behave in the market. Start today. Go and check how you did. If your broker does send your statement, look at it. No matter how bad it looks, look at it. Analyze it. Like they usually say, we must check our bank statements, right? So that you don't find yourself paying 99 rands to some company that you did not even authorize. That is why they say you must check your bank statement. If you are trying to sort out your finances, check your bank statement, understand it, know what's going on. Even with your trading account, you do the same. You check your statement monthly so that you know what's going on. And lastly, you don't just increase your lot size. Only do that on month end, because that's when you are wrapping up everything. If let's say you go to your statement today and you have started Jan with $1,000, for instance, and now your account is sitting at $1,300, and you are trading a certain lot size, it's okay to increase it a bit because your account has also increased. But if you go and you check today and you started your Jan with $1,000 and your account is currently sitting at let's say $700, there is absolutely no reason why you should still trade the same volume that you traded when you had $1,000. Also, do not increase volume just because you felt like it. I speak to a lot of people, they will say to me, if I feel more confident, I increase my volume. You don't do that. You don't increase your volume just because you felt more confident. Just like you don't buy a house and you start paying for your bond. If maybe you are taking a bond and you are paying for your house, then if you get not an increase, you get like a special bonus. You don't move out of this house and go to another house because you have a special bonus. So if your account has grown, or if your account has grown, yes, increase the lot size. But if your account has some drawdown, 30%, 10%, whatever percentage, there is absolutely no need why you should be increasing your volume. You need to also downgrade it so that you can accommodate your new capital. If you make profit today, don't just go now and decide to increase your volume because you are more confident. You just let it grow, then you see it month end. At the end of the month, when you are taking stock, you are checking, has my account grown? If it has, how much has it grown? And then also just look at the volume, see where you can increase. Then you increase your volume. And you don't increase your volume from one lot size to two lot size to, you increase, small guys, small. You don't just do like a a big, change. You don't just make a big change, but small. If let's say you were trading 0.10, let's just talk about small volume 0.10, then your account has grown, it's okay, you can trade 0.11, because you also want to create that room for growth. It is exciting to see that you are doing something and you are actually growing. That is why I always advise people not to start with a bigger lot size even when they have a bigger account, because you are kind of like putting your ceiling too close. And it happens. We are human beings. When we start something, we feel great when we see growth. So your mind is going to go to the next level. And when you start from the highest level, your next level might be dangerous for you. So if you have an account that can actually afford to trade one lot size, it's okay to start with 0.40 so that you can allow, room for growth. As you grow, you actually feel better, because it is important to feel better. So this channel is all about trading psychology. Trading psychology is all about how we behave, how we feel in the market, how we feel about our accounts, how we feel about. That is why we say don't trade when you don't feel okay, because you are likely to mess up. It is all about trading psychology. So how we behave will then determine the kind of results that we get. So I'm saying to you, last day of the month is Jan. If you've never done this before, you start doing it today. So obviously I do this with my mentees as well. Then on our one-on-one, then we look at the statement and we see what can we do to improve. If your mentee hasn't done well, what can we improve? What are your challenges? How can I help? How can you help yourself? Of course, because help doesn't come from one side only. Help comes from both sides. That is why when you take up mentorship or coaching, you also need to make sure that you are available and you are coachable. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. And my time is up. Hopefully you are having an easy day. Like I said, it's month end. We tend to be like really busy. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how we start our new month. And always remember, treat each day as new money. Each trade is new money. You don't go to a new month and start trading in Feb and you are thinking about the losses that you made on the 7th of Jan. It's done. It's history. When you make money tomorrow on the 1st of Feb, the money that you are going to make tomorrow, it has got nothing to do with the money that you lost today. Say today you lose $100. I hope you don't lose $100 today, honestly. Say you lose $100 today and tomorrow you make $80. Don't be going around saying, I actually made $20 because, I'm actually now sitting at a loss of $20 because yesterday I had lost $100 and today I got the money back. You did not get the money back. Mindset. Each day, treat it as new money. If you make $80 tomorrow and you lost $100 yesterday, you are not going to say, my loss is now $20. You are going to say, today I made $80. You are helping yourself to stay positive. You are helping yourself to teach yourself that it is possible for you to make profit, so that you don't end up just sitting in the, negative thought. You do know the saying that money goes to those who have money. You know why it happens like that? Because a person who has money does not worry about where the money is going to come from. The person who doesn't have money worries a lot about where the money is going to come from. And as a result, the person who doesn't have money and they are worrying a lot about where the money is going to come from, they spend most of their time just worrying about where the money is going to come from. And when you worry a lot, you don't see solutions. When you worry a lot, your mind is not fully functional. You don't find solutions. But the person who has money, they don't worry about where the money is going to come from. Therefore, they are open to seeing solutions to make more money. When the opportunity, comes their way to make more money, they see it first because they are there. But when you worry about it, you kind of like repel it in a way. So it is the same way, in the same breath or in the same way. Do not worry about the losses of yesterday. Treat each trade as new money. I wish you all the best in Feb. And of course, I wish myself all the best in Feb. And yeah, happy trading. Thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, have a lovely Tuesday. Cheers. Bye.